Shalom to you, like giving all praise and honor glory. How about Shemal Shai, by Shema Kakodash, and giving up belongs to the elder apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone, who well, peace and salutations to you, like Shemiah Moppa and Moppa from the great millstone, Plain Tables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia. Blah, blah, I'm nobody might come a lesson, Lord, we lesson. This lesson is off of this crime that occurred, 2610 Girard Avenue, and Herbology. Okay, which Herbology is a store, I believe in partnership with Dr. Sabi's son, which is Victor Bowman. So different herbs are available at that particular store. Now, in the particular part of Philadelphia, it's being I believe gentrified, or been gentrified. I'm not too familiar with the area, but it's still like North Philly. Okay, you have it, some of these different areas, and even though despite the fact they do gentrify it, and they build high-rise apartments, luxury apartments, and things of that sort, you're still in North Philly. So you are around, a lot of characters that are low income, or, just live that fast life where they're, coming and hitting the licks and stuff like that. So word, of course, advice, especially when you get business, be careful of the different locations that you choose. All right. So you have this. It's off of Central Detective Division. This is off of the Philadelphia Police. They have a actual a page. Okay, I have a page. And actually, you know what? Through the Spirit, I'm gonna give my little testimony too. Okay, you had it. This place was targeted, so we're just gonna go do it through the Spirit. Commercial robbery, point of gun at gunpoint. This happened on 4/4/2025 at 2:45 p.m. Okay, and they got all the DC number, patrol number, etc. And commercial robbery. All right, not just regular robbery. This is a commercial robbery. All right, what is commercial robbery? That's robbery. They got it off of Philly PD. But commercial robbery involves the act of taking property from any business by force or intimidation while the business is open and employees are present. It's different from commercial burglary, which occurs after the business closes. All right, preventing commercial robbery often involves proactive measures like enhancing security, training employees, and fostering a watchful environment. And I'll talk about my 2 cents on it. But as we do know, as when these times continue to get worse, this is only going to be more and more just common. And the cops, they're not even going to respond to different things and sort. Because these cities are going to fall all over apart. Okay? And people, because of the lack of bread, they're going to be invading one another. Okay, as the scriptures do speak and say. Alright, so we just going to go here. Okay, the Central Detective Division is seeking public's help. Identify individual seen in the following video clips on 4/4/2025, hopeful year of our deliverance and the destruction, all right, of Esau, Edom, and judgment of Esau, which is the one who claims himself to be white, but isn't he? It says it here at approximately 2:45, the suspect entered Herbology at 2610 Girard and handed the clerk a demand note for money from the register. Okay? Suspect then pointed a black handgun at the clerk, who gave the suspect approximately $360. The suspect fled on foot on West Girard Ave in Norfolk on 27th Street. It's like, I think it's like around, what is it, like 26 and Girard. Between that and 27, so. So you got it here. Individual, backpack, blacked out. Okay, got the, the track suit or the track jacket. Suspect, black man in his 20s, wearing a black and gray jacket, black backpack, and had black heart tattoos on his nose. I tried to zoom in. This could be anybody's nephew, by the way. Anybody's brother. Son. That's it. So, this is who they looking for. Apparently, I believe at the time, the shop didn't have any cameras or something of that sort. So, that was that. But thankfully, around in the area, depending on time, people be having different cameras and and surveillance cameras and such. So, that's just that. But yeah. But there's a lot of mischief going on in these cities. Alright, so you gotta be very, very, very circumspect in here. Alright. I'm not having good success with this new Blue Letter outlet. Blue Letter. But it says here, Ephesians 5:8 says, "For you were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light, or children of the knowledge." Okay, you got in the cities too. At the same time, okay, you have it, the return of flash mobs. Alright, you had down Temple. I'm going to click this right here.
Now at 10, Temple University students assaulted after groups of teenagers began causing mayhem around campus, leading police to disperse the crowds. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jennifer Lee. Temple University's Department of Public Safety says this week is spring break for local K-12 students, and given past events, additional teams of police officers were deployed from Temple and Philadelphia police. They say arrests were made as the crowd became unruly, but police are still looking for the ones involved in the student attacks. Joanne Pileggi live for us tonight. And Joanne, a lot of students tell you that they're concerned for their safety after this.
That's right, Jennifer, and they were chased away by police when a disorderly crowd of teens gathered here at Temple last night. And tonight, another crowd had gathered here, but police showed up right away to send a strong message. More than a dozen Philly police officers on motorcycle cruise along Cecil B. Moore near Broad Street.
Yeah, Broad and Cecil, Temple University campus, y'all should be pretty familiar with that. Pretty historic, big institution of learning, higher learning in America. You think about Bill Cosby, amongst the alumni and many other individuals. Temple Beasley School of Law is there. Temple known for their medicine, etc. But that's in North Philly. It's in North Philadelphia. So it's a lot going on. Okay.
after a second night where a large crowd of teenagers gathered.
I think it does need to change in some ways. It's kind of a safety hazard for students, and other people live around here.
Temple students react.
Yeah, you students, y'all coming from outside of the area, and y'all moved to North Philly and got student housing. You're now targets, okay, for these demons, all right?
After watching crowds of teenagers who Temple police describe
Swarms of them on Cecil. You know, me as a youth, I used to skate here. You know, these flat ground, you know, you skate these little things and, you know, lifting up a little, what do you call those? The tree pits. They have like these metal tree pits we used to skate as kids, you know, over there in this little area. But you have it, it's swarmed by these kids. You know, they on spring break. They can run the streets, and they ripping and running through your campus.
described as disorderly gathered on campus last night.
People running around, just loud noises, and yeah, it was pretty crowded on the streets. And
Wasn't they what they call demon time?
I'm just walking, go to one of the stores, and I just see a bunch of craziness, like
A
kids
bunch of
running
ninjas.
going wild, and yeah, it's insane.
The university
See,
sent
that's what you see, a bunch of ninjas. So you gotta be watching out here. All right, this is Ephesians chapter 5:16. 5:15 it says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." You look into the word for fools. Okay, you have what's that? Ufos, being unwise. Okay, a lot of time going. All right, I'm gonna go on a sit in you know, on a college campus and sit down. You gotta be careful on some of these college campuses because you got these ninjas in the north that's running around. All right, be careful when you're in these cities in general. All right, anything can happen at any time. You got planes that's falling out of nowhere, you know, out of the sky. Okay, so just know what time you're in. You're at the end of the world. The end of the world shall be Esau, Edom. The Lord bringing prophecies to pass. Okay, in the time the Lord will return, there will be so much fire kindled. Okay, you know, so much trouble. You know, the Lord gotta come back. All right. Ephesians chapter 5:17. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And you gotta understand what the will of the Lord is, okay? Which ultimately, like, don't be trying to do too much. Ask the Lord. If you don't understand what the Lord's will, ask the Lord to guide you, okay? In understanding, you know, what to do, okay, amongst this confusion in this world. All right, this is Psalms chapter 25:5. You could pray it. You could actually pray it. Psalms 25:4. Show me thy ways, O Yahweh, teach me thy paths. Okay, you can actually pray that in the Hebrew. You see it right there in the Hebrew in the Masoretic text. It says Darak. It said Darak Yakah, which the Darak goes into ways. Yakah is your or thy. Yeah, thy or your or you. Yahweh, the Most High. Alright. You got Ha, Wa, the Yai. Alright. Which goes into to show the Ya. And you have Arachwath Yakah. Alright, which is going into the path from Arach. Okay. Is the root. And you have Lamadnia, which is Lamad, meaning to teach. Alright. And Naya is me. Alright. You want the Lord to show you his paths. Okay. Lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the power of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Okay. We in these crazy cities. These kids is going crazy. There's madness going out here. People getting murdered. Taken out. Robbed, trampled on, stomped out. All sorts of stuff going on.
And out an alert to students to avoid the area near Broad and Cecil B. Moore.
You shouldn't want to be down Broad and Cecil B. Moore. All right, really. Me personally, I wouldn't send my kid to Temple.
Usually around like the weekends, a lot of big groups of high schoolers come around, and they kind of just.
She's not from Philly. I could probably look it up. That girl don't look like she from Philly. Okay. A lot of these people come to Philly to learn, and then they get caught up in Philly stuff. Ish, as I was gonna say.
I don't know. I wouldn't say cause.
Flash mobs is Philly-ish. Mischief is Philly-ish. All right. The place is in gross darkness, and gross darkness cover the people. So, of course, flash mobs and all they things that's going on, that's just gonna be normal. All right. Isaiah 60:1, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee through the knowledge. Okay, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee through the knowledge. Okay, but this place is under gross darkness, and not only the people, but in general, but also the Israelites, okay, so-called Hebrews, Latino, the Americans, they're walking as 2/3 being wicked, and so they're covered by the gross darkness, okay, a very, very thick, high cloud of ignorance, okay, and even if they do know, they just don't want to follow the Lord, they're just wicked, all right, they're ones that are born in vain, all right, they contribute to the chaos, all right.
The scene, but there's just a lot of them.
Students shared their cell phone video with us. One student told me his friend, a Temple senior, was knocked off his bike and ended up at the hospital. The university said there
he ain't lose his bike.
were several arrests and 3 Temple students were injured. Freshman Tio Strand.
Look, they rumbling this ball. They rumbling a white ball. So-called white ball. Look. This ninja.
Freshman Tio Strand grabbed
they jumped on this white ball.
This video from his dorm room.
So I was about to go outside and eat, but I got a little bit scared, to be honest, so just stayed inside because you never know.
The university said,
yeah, man, so y'all think y'all just going to school and stuff and I guess enjoying North Philly. Y'all getting rumbled on, trampled. Dude balling up his fist and throwing haymakers back and forth at you. Like you just like a fly or something.
That incidents like tonight's
are you a punching bag, really?
Are unacceptable. While we had no advance warning of tonight's gathering, TUDPS has been in regular contact with PPD regarding planned and unannounced juvenile gatherings.
Because it's left-hand activity. All right, the scripture talk about menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. All right, y'all can get that scripture. But that's what that says. And these menstruous menstruous demons. All right, these menstruous demons. these little niglets. They wrecking havoc. And chaos. So, you gotta watch out.
In North Philadelphia, the investigation continues into a weekend of chaos.
I'm not going down north if I don't have to.
Video shows large crowds gathered as police say it led to a series of violent attacks on campus. Action reporter Brianna Smith has more on the police efforts underway to find the suspects responsible.
Temple University police say they're reviewing video with Philadelphia and sent the officers to identify and arrest those responsible. University leaders say resources are available for students who were impacted, but now other students on campus say they're concerned about their safety. This video shows just a glimpse of the hundreds of unruly juveniles swarming Temple University's campus on Saturday and Sunday evening.
They were creating a lot of ruckus and There was so
Yeah,
many
Elon.
people getting into fights.
University police say 8 people, mostly Temple students, were affected. 6 were assaulted and 2 were robbed.
It's a
You
shame
getting robbed, like.
because we're here to get an education. You don't really expect any of those things to happen.
You're in North Philly.
outside.
Police released
Look
these.
at look at these demons. You know, New Balance Ninja. All right.
Photos of 3 juveniles who are persons of interest involved in one of the robberies on West Montgomery Avenue on Sunday. So far, they
That's a
arrested
dark
8
side. I ain't
people,
going over
including
there.
7 female juveniles who assaulted a 12-year-old girl.
This is our campus.
So they running up anybody. Then y'all saying it's yours. This E over here talking about it's her campus. You know, thick eyebrows.
To like be safe here.
And I
They
do
deserve to be safe here. Well, you man, most of these people stupid because anything you hear about Temple is most of them Temple students getting robbed and raped and all sorts of madness down there. I would never send my students to be down there. All right, it's not good. It's north. You got 16th and Clearfield, Susquehanna, all them hood streets, okay, is in the midst. Montgomery, you know. You go down, then it's Richard Island projects, one of the notorious projects in Philly. Real hood.
Like the school can be doing more to protect us.
University President John Fry.
What are they gonna do? They can't stop it. It's in North. And the Lord, like I said, the Lord is bringing the terror in the city, so they can't stop nothing. Okay, this is what it is. You know, yeah, Temple, can you ramp up the presence of police officers? Dude, y'all got like all type of phones, to call if there's emergency, to the Temple police, Y'all got different bike cops and also security personnel, patrolling, and y'all still can't stop it. You can't stop a bunch of ninjas coming off a train off of Broad Street line and then sitting and chilling in Cecil in Broad in the in that area, and just running amok, just walking around running amok. This is Amos chapter 3 and 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and Yahweh not be Sakia, and the people not be afraid?" Pardon. It says, "Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh has not done it?" Right? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord has not done it? The Lord does all the evil. He created the light, He created the darkness. All right. He created good and evil. All right. So this was of the Lord. All right. The Lord created a lot of monsters out of menstruous women, and they coming and doing what they do, which is madness. Okay. So watch out when y'all in the cities. You could be a victim of a YN, as they call them, young ninja, running about with acting stupid. Got groups of these dudes in these hoodies, and they look weird. They wear the ski masks. They acting like they ninjas. Like look at all these dudes with these ski masks on, man. Everybody in blacked out in ski masks and stuff. But yeah, you gotta watch out. So just be circumspect out there. Shalom to you, like.